Rob, Cleo, good morning. This is your friendly webmaster, Don, and I am here today to talk to you about search engine optimization and why I keep pushing for a public form of media instead of using your private accounts. Okay, so I'm going to get into that. So if you think of your online presence, okay, your Shopify store, your hometown store page, and every kind of media that you want connected with that, okay, if you think of that as a risk game, right, by placing your pieces in certain strategic areas, you are going to win. You are going to get all the sales you can and beat out the competition. Okay, to do that, we need not public but private forums that is not involved with my email address or your email address, your private ones, or your private passwords or my private passwords. I forgot to put the camera on. I'm sorry. So yeah. So that way you guys and whoever you select for your webmaster can access, you know, all the information that's going to be shown here and more without going into private affairs. Okay, and without bugging you. Like it would be annoying if I had to come up every 5 minutes and say, hey Rob, I need to get into your private email, I need the password. Well, no, you're not going to want to give it to me, right? And you're not going to want to keep changing your password either. So by creating a Kiddie Kobbler St.laurent email, this one is called Rob the Shoe Man because Kiddie Kobbler was not available. I guess a lot of people used it. So we have your main one, which is robtheshoeman@hotmail.com. You guys will get all the passwords, all the logins, everything, okay? It will be in your email tomorrow morning, or this morning. So we created this one so we could create this one, okay? Because you have to have a regular email to create a Gmail account. And once you have a Gmail account, you're logged into Gmail. And once your Gmail is Google. And once you're logged into Google, you are a part of Google, okay? So we needed this. And this one is the Kiddie Kobbler St.laurent@gmail.com, okay? Like I said, all the passwords will be sent to you. They're all the same passwords. I use the same password for all of our media, okay? This is Google Analytics, okay? This is your best friend, okay? Or rather, my best friend. This will show us all kinds of information. Now, it is true that your Weebly site, which is right here, does have its own analytics. And your Shopify site also has its own analytics. Okay? And I'm going to go back here to this one. And but they only show what they think you need to know. For instance, Weebly, you have to unlock it to get all your analytics, and you really only get their perception of your analytics. Same with Shopify. You don't have to unlock it. You do get their analytics, but you only get their perception of your analytics from their search engine. All right? But from Google Analytics, this page, we get everyone's perception. We get Facebook, we get Gmail, we get Pinterest, we get everyone's perception all in one site. And by setting up accounts for the Kiddie Kobbler St.laurent instead of Rob Kansberg and Don Wellborn and Chloe. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I forgot your last name. I'm sorry, dear. So instead of setting up, well, I'm going to turn off my ugly mug here. We're setting up instead of setting up, you know, for our personal selves, we have a corporation set up. Okay. And we needed the corporation emails to set up Google Analytics. And for Google Analytics to work, we've got to copy what you see the codes here, and you'll see we copy it. The codes here go into the web pages in Shopify and to your hometown page on Weebly, and every other social media aspect we do on the web. Okay, and as you can see here, Kiddie Kobbler St.laurent, it can take up to 24 hours for it to load. That's why it's not showing here, but it is added, and it will give us all the analytics we need for setting up the best search engines, the best SEO, the best meta tags for every item, not just the websites, but every item on the website. So everything has the absolute best ability to be seen on Google or any other search engine. Now, not too many people use more than Google. Okay, it used to be all kinds of search engines like Two Cows and Yahoo and everything else, but everybody has pretty much comprised to Google, so it is best to stick with that. And by having Google Analytics for everything we do, I'll show you. It has your Google Analytics home. It shows me every site, right? It will show me how do you acquire users, and it gives you all kinds of tips and tricks. What do your users visit? So it will show you the pages that your users come from and the pages that your users go to after you. So if they're going to you and then they're going to like another shoe store afterwards, we can say, hey, why are they going to this particular shoe store? Right? And look at them and see what they're doing and fix our or modify our sales pitch or our sales technique or what we have to, so that we can keep our customers. They don't go to another shoe store, okay? And that's why we want what's called a social media or a social empire, is so that by having a social empire, I'm getting ahead of myself here and I'm sorry. So this will tell you when your users visit, where your users are from, what part of the country, what part of the world are you getting most of your stuff from, what are your top devices, and like what features do you have on your website that everybody likes the best. So you can see how all this information can be really, really handy to someone like me who will set up a Google or set up an empire for you guys. Now, by creating the Google email address, the second email address from the beginning, we create a Google account. Now, this is a shot of my screen, and you can see I'm logged in as Kiddie Kobbler St.laurent, kiddiekobbler@gmail.com. So I'm logged in. So that allows me to have all of Google's tools available to Kiddie Kobbler at St.laurent instead of Don_Wellborn at live.com, which I have my personal accounts on, or Rob this Human at Rogers.com, which I don't have access to, and I wouldn't ask for access to. Do you see what I'm saying, Rob? Chloe? Okay, so this is, you get a bunch of tools. Whether you use them or not is up to you, okay? But we are going to use a few. And as you can see, I put my mouse on here when I took the picture. I put my mouse on the OneDrive. and I will do another video to explain OneDrive to you. But it's basically essentially how you and I can transfer big files back and forth. Movies, folders full of pictures, that sort of thing. We can transfer them back and forth to each other on the OneDrive without waiting hours while it downloads between the two computers. Okay, so that's the feature of the OneDrive. Store all your files safely, and again, you and I are the only ones with the access to this, and the codes, the passcodes, unless you give them to another webmaster or someone who's doing work for you, that sort of thing. It also gives you a new YouTube account. Now, don't worry about it. I'll do the channel art on it. This is really not for people to see. I mean, it is public, but it's not really for people to see. But this is where I'm going to be uploading. This movie that I'm doing for you is going to be uploaded here. And any other sequential private movies that I'm going to be sending to you guys or doing for you guys will be uploaded here. Including the tutorial I mentioned in an email I sent you earlier. The tutorials I will be doing relevantly better than this one, because this one is unscripted. Usually I script my tutorials and read them out. I'm just going with the flow here. And I will explain all this in another video too, all your tools and everything. So that is how we were going to look at our web presence. All our web presence is going to be like a risk game. And slowly and surely we are going to take over every country until we win the game, okay? And by using the Google Analytics, which is the most important part, by using Google Analytics and using it properly, there is thousands of hours of seminars on how to use Google Analytics. If you want to watch them for yourself, they're on YouTube. They're all over the place. You can watch them anywhere. But I got a very good, I'd say a strong basic understanding. I'm not, I don't have a degree in Webmaster, but I do understand how it works and how to do it. I'm also been doing my own advertising and media stuff for a lot of my own proper companies for a long time. So that's basically it for this video. I hope you understand when I'm asking for a media empire. I'm not asking for you guys to involve yourselves with tons of work and having to post everything everywhere. You won't have to do a thing. It's just so that I can pick the proper countries on the risk board to start our game, okay? By having all our media all on one site, the Google Analytics site, like I said, it will make everything just right and perfect and easy. Okay, so by having everything right here, it will be much easier. So I hope you understand. I hope I did a good job, and you let me know. I won't go any further than I have, but it would be nice to add all the other media criteria to this Google Analytics. Okay? Thank you for now. See you later. Bye-bye.